Well, here we are in the Olympic National Park. I'm near the entrance and the visitor center on the Living Forest Trail. Now in this video, I'm going to be exploring the Hurricane Ridge area of the Olympic National Park. I think the last time that I was out here was before I started filming all my adventures. If I did film any of it, I think it's probably stuff that I never ended up uploading to YouTube. So the plan for today, I'm going to go pretty much straight up to the Hurricane Ridge skiing area, explore that area, and then I'll work my way back down. I might hit one of the major trails along the way. It just depends on how much time I spend up in the Hurricane Ridge area. And then I may end up coming back tomorrow and hitting up more of the trails. So we're getting into it now. This is the Beaumont Cabin, and it's right next to the visitor center, and it's an exhibit showing pioneer life. Well, there's a couple other trails near the visitor center, all relatively short, but I'm going to save those for another day. I'm going to start heading up towards Hurricane Ridge. I'm headed up to the Hurricane Ridge ski resort, and I saw the snow plowing equipment on the side of the road. A little surprised that they have some of this equipment still out. I pulled over here to check it out. Well, this would normally be a viewing spot where they have the snow plowing equipment, but in typical P&W fashion, we're all clouded in. So we're starting to get above the clouds, and we're starting to get some amazing views. I'm sure once I get up to the ski resort area, it'll be absolutely amazing. All right, I'm up near the Hurricane Ridge ski area, and the views are amazing as I predicted. We are getting a few snowflakes here and there, but it's of course not going to stick. It's probably about 34 to 36 degrees. So I'm going to explore this area, and then we'll see about doing some hiking. Well, this looks like one of the ski lifts, although it kind of looks abandoned, or at least not used in many years. Well, this looks like one of the ski runs. On the way up here, I stated that there's a ski resort. I don't really know much about this area, but it turns out I was wrong. Really, the only thing that's up here is a couple of portable buildings. There is a spot where it looked like a building did get destroyed. So this might have been where there was a building at one time that got destroyed. Okay, I went back to the van and grabbed my backpack, and I'm gonna hike on this trail for a little bit. I think this is the Klahani Ridge Trail. I might be butchering that. Also might be a different trail that I'm on right now, but I'm gonna follow it up here, around there, follow this ridge line, and then maybe continue, depending on how fast I manage to go, all the way back up in here into the clouds. I'm probably gonna go for about 30 minutes out and 30 minutes back. Okay, I'm backtracking a little bit. I think I understand what's going on with this trail. There is a trail that goes right up to here, ends, but there's also another trail that is down this ridge just a little bit. So I'm gonna head down there, and that should be a better route. I'm on this trail that extends for quite some time now. I did waste is kind of the wrong word, but spend some time up on that ridge line. It did have some decent views, so we'll continue on this trail for a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned about some of these snow drifts, so we'll see what happens. So this is going to be the turnaround spot, at least for me. And it looks like it might have been the turnaround spot for a lot of people, because I don't see any footprints going much further, and the trail has become completely snowed over. So here we go. I'm going to head back. Okay, I've been on the trail for almost an hour now. It's been really slow going with all the snow, especially where there's snow drifts. You have to be careful not to slide down the mountain. I'm gonna get back to the van, have lunch, hang out at the ski area for a little bit. I might do a little more hiking on some of the other trails, maybe some of the service roads, and then we'll head out. While I was having lunch, several of these birds flew up to my window, and they seemed very tame. Okay, I just finished up lunch, and earlier today I saw a building down this hill that might be related to the ski resort, so I'm gonna try to get down there. It gets pretty steep in spots, it looks like, and then from there we'll probably hike a little bit on the Obstruction Point road, and then I'll start heading out of here. So yeah, this is about the extent of the buildings that they have for the ski area and this one ski lift. All right, so I'm starting to see what's going on here. This is the type of ski lift where you just have to hold on to the rope and it just kind of drags you up the hill. But even then, like, this looks like it hasn't been used in a couple of years. Well, this is right by the end of the ski lift, and we have awesome view of clouds. Well, I'm back at the end of the ski lift, and that actually took longer than I anticipated because that terrain was really steep and I really had to dig in to get stability. It's a little after 2 now, and at some point during that hike I must have connected to a Canadian cell tower because I got the text message that said, "Welcome to Canada." I didn't anticipate that I'd connect to a Canadian cell tower this far back. I mean, every time I pass through the Port Angeles Sequim area, I've gotten that message, but we're probably 20-30 miles from any Canadian cell towers right now, would be my guess. So I probably will hike a little bit on the obstruction point road, but not as long as I anticipated, because I'm really tired now. I've probably been hiking maybe 3.5 hours today already. So there you go. Here we go on Obstruction Point Road. Looks like they may have had a small fire here. Well, it's been raining sporadically and it's getting a little much for me. So I'm headed back to the van, and then I'm going to start heading out of here. I'm going to make one stop at a trailhead to check it out. But otherwise, I know it's still early in the day, but I'm going to call it a wrap, and we'll pick it up in the Hurricane Ridge area tomorrow. Good morning. Day 2 up in the Hurricane Ridge area of the Olympic National Park. I'm doing a little morning warm-up hike on the Peabody Creek Trail. It's only half a mile, so nothing too serious. And then I'm going to head up to the Switchback Trailhead and follow that. It goes through a couple junctions and then eventually comes out to the Heather Ridge Trail. And that'll probably be the turnaround spot. Total trip will probably be about 4 miles. And then from there, I'm probably going to hit up some more of the observation pullouts. I think the cloud cover is a little bit less today, so hopefully we'll get some good views, and that will be a wrap for the Hurricane Ridge area. So I'm up at the Switchback Trailhead now, and the snow is coming down pretty good. All right, here we go on the Switchback Trail. We got a little bit of snow. It's not as bad as it was a few minutes ago, and it actually was coming down sideways earlier. So I did read the sign at the trailhead. It says it's 1.5 miles to the Heather Ridge Trail, so I might go a little bit down that. However, it said it's going to climb 1,500 feet in those 1.5 miles. So we'll see how I'm feeling once I get to the Heather Ridge Trail. Okay, I made it to the junction of the Heather Ridge Trail, and the visibility is very low and the snow is starting to stick. So I'm gonna call it for here. I'm not gonna do any hiking on the Heather Ridge Trail. I'm gonna start heading back to the van. Because the weather was so nasty up there on the trail, as soon as I got back to the trailhead, I immediately took off. So we're heading down Hurricane Ridge now. Well, so much for better views today. I'm just going to make one stop on the way down. This observation pullout is by the tunnels. I'm actually going to walk up there in just a moment. And then I decided I'm going to stop at the Heart O' Hills area of the national park before heading out completely. All right, I'm in the Heart O' Hills area, and the trailhead for Lake Angeles and the Heather Peak Trail, which is over there, right in this area. The weather up on the mountains were really not that great. It's not a whole lot better down here, but I have a little more time in the day. So here we go on the Lake Angeles Trail. I'm probably going to do no more than 30 minutes of hiking. Well, I'm almost back to their trailhead. This ended up being a nice little hike. The weather ended up not being too bad, but this is going to be a wrap for the Hurricane Ridge area of the Olympic National Park. I want to thank you for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up.